Welcome to Rewild Your Business. I'm your host, Jill Mokes. Thank you so much for joining me again this week. And if you are new to the podcast, welcome. So glad you stumbled across this little corner of Tinternet. Okay, so we are fresh off the back of our 7-part series, The Natural Order of Things. So if you didn't tune into that yet, feel free. Go back and binge all 7 parts, because this is a mini-series that is based on my book, The Natural Order of Things, and each episode breaks down one layer and goes into it in depth. It's really your kind of roadmap for the things that matter when it comes to building a business. And one of the things that matters is doing the right work in the right order. That's something that trips up so many people. I see way too many people who are new in their business and yet they're leaping ahead and churning out marketing content before they've done the other layers that are so important in terms of the foundations of your business. So yeah, if you want to go back and have a little binge of that mini series, please feel free. But we are now out of the other side of that series, and we're back to business as usual in the Rewild Your Business podcast, where I talk to you about all things building a soul-led business, one that really allows you to do the work that matters most to you and get well paid for it. Both those things matter. And this one is all about why getting that first yes is so important for new coaches, new guides, new mentors. And the truth is that until you get that first yes, your business hasn't yet become real. So until someone says, yes, I want to be coached by you and I am agreeing to pay you to coach me, that is the moment your business becomes real. So it's not when you finish your training. And honestly, with the best will in the world, a lot of these coach training academies, companies do a really great job of teaching you how to be a great coach. They don't do a great job of teaching you how to create a coaching business, how to get paying coaching clients. So that's partly why I wanted to do this episode today, really, because the rubber doesn't really hit the road until you've got that first paid client. So you can have worked through all of the theory behind your business. You can have done all of those layers that we were talking about inside our Natural Order of Things mini-series. But until you get that first yes from a paying client, you're still going to be playing tricks on yourself mindset-wise, and your confidence isn't quite going to peak until you get that yes. And that's what happens when you get that first yes. Your confidence goes through the roof. Your business becomes real in your mind. You are now a paid coach. And because your confidence grows, you get to make the difference that you trained for. Because that's what I see happen a lot, is that people come out of their coach training with an incredible talent for coaching. They really are great coaches. But until you know how to get clients, you're not going to be able to make the impact that you trained to make. So getting that first yes, or those first few yeses, is what changes everything. And honestly, I think most kind of newly qualified coaches are further away from that first yes than they actually need to be. And that's what I want to talk about in this episode. I want to talk about closing that gap between finishing your training and then starting to sign up paid clients. Okay, let's dive into the episode. Welcome to Rewild Your Business, the podcast for women doing the work their soul intended. I'm Jill Mokes. I'm an international business coach, and I'm a guide for women doing the work that matters. Rewilding your business means cutting away what doesn't belong to allow what does to thrive, finding simplicity in your work. And it's about bringing the whole of who you are to the table, whether you're building something new or finding your way back to what really matters to you. I'm so glad you're here. So like I say, this episode is really for anyone who is kind of sitting in that weird in-betweeny time where, yes, you're a qualified coach, you've done your training, you're a guide, you're a mentor, whatever service work that you do, whatever soul-led work that you do, but you're not yet being paid to do that work. So there's lots of theory still going around your head. There's lots of, when I'm up and running, this is what my business will look like. And often what has happened is that somewhere along the way between you doing your training and you putting that business out into the world, you got some confusing messages coming through. Now, this will not come as a surprise if you have listened to the previous episodes, because you're going to know what I think about the natural order of doing things in your business. But so often where new coaches go wrong is that they will focus a lot of their time and energy on things like the aesthetics of their brand, building a perfect website, building a perfect Instagram grid, maybe building a funnel. It's all about content marketing. You're looking at what other coaches in your world are doing, and you are trying to replicate everything they're doing. And the truth is, you get to this point where you are so busy doing all the things. Usually it is this marketing piece. Usually it's that you've dived into your marketing, doing all the things, and yet you still don't have a paying client. And I want to offer a little bit of a reframe here, because your clients, your first handful of paying clients, are not going to come from your content marketing. They're not going to come from Instagram. They're not going to come from Facebook. They're not going to come from your LinkedIn posts. This is just the truth of it, that no one kind of wants to be the truth, because you want to be able to follow that formulaic marketing, content marketing piece, which has its place. Don't get me wrong. It really has its place in terms of long tail marketing for bringing you a pipeline of potential future clients. But in terms of getting those first handful of paying clients, that is not where they're going to come from. So if those first few clients aren't coming from that content marketing, where are they coming from? I hear you ask. I'm glad you asked, because I'm going to tell you. They come from having conversations. That's it. Basically, there is no big secret to this. So the coaches who get paid in the early stages of their coaching practice are the ones who are willing to have conversations and prioritize that over picking their color palette or coming up with the cleverest niche. They're the ones who are willing to reach out and start having conversations early, while you're doing that foundational work in the right order that we've been going through. Because yes, your mindset matters hugely. Yes, having a really solid brand that's based upon your values and your learned and lived experience, that matters. Having the coaching offers matters. And yes, your thought leadership, your marketing, your sales techniques, all of those things matter. But you can be working on those things and developing those things in the right order, whilst at the same time having conversations with people and making offers to them to coach them. This is a real rewilding move, right? I always say that rewilding your business is about stripping away everything that doesn't belong so that what does belong can thrive. And this is about stripping away everything that doesn't belong so that the real work in those early days can actually happen, so that you can start having paid coaching clients that are going to build your confidence, that are going to help you really feel like an established coach with a growing coaching practice while you are doing that important work of building your business. So I've created a workbook. This one's been around for a little while now, so some of you might already have it. It's called Your First Yes. And I'm going to link to that in the show notes. But I'm also want to tell you that I'm going to be hosting a free workshop on the 21st of July where we can actually do this work together in real time on Zoom. So I'll pop the link to register for that workshop in the show notes as well. So do sign up for this, because if you are a coach in the early stages of building out your coaching practice, or even if you're an established coach who's really not yet mastered that art of signing up paying clients, if that's something you're struggling with, this workshop is for you. We are cutting through all of the noise and the complicated or overcomplication that the market loves to see you do around this. And we're going to go through 4 steps that are going to have you signing up your first handful of paying coaching clients. So the steps we're going to go through together in the workshop in real time are: step 1, the mindset shift that you need to make. So this is where I see a lot of coaches really struggle and get stuck in the waiting. So they're waiting to feel more confident before they take action. And I just really want you to know that confidence isn't something that is going to come to you before you start. Confidence is what comes to you after you've started. You earn that confidence, one conversation with a potential client at a time. So in the workshop, we're going to really get you clear on why you became a coach, what the difference is that you want to make right now, and what excites you the most about working with clients. Because if you can get clarity around those 3 things, then every conversation you go into after that is going to contribute to you feeling more confident each time. But you do need to be clear about those 3 things. Those are very foundational questions that you need to have the answers to. So on the workshop, we're going to go through those together in real time, right? So you can see those are 3 questions. They're not complex questions. Why did you become a coach? What is the difference you want to make right now? And what excites you the most about working with clients? If you can answer those 3 questions, that clarity alone is going to help you build your confidence as you carry that into each conversation you have. Because the person you're speaking to is going to feel that connection when you're able to position your coaching in that way, all right? So that's the first thing we're going to do in the workshop. We're going to go through that mindset piece. The second thing we're going to do is we're going to define your coaching edge. You do not have to have a complicated niche to get your first clients, right? You don't have to have forced your way into a really narrow marketing approved corner or niche, right? For your first clients, you just need real clarity on 3 things, just these 3 things: who you want to help, the challenge they're facing, and the outcome they want. Those 3 things, that's it. And we're going to help you create a coaching edge statement that you are going to be so clear on, that is going to help you articulate what you do with who and what the outcome of it is. All right? So that's the second thing we're going to cover in the workshop. These are really, really simple things. But like I say, this is about rewilding everything. To get those first paying clients, you need this very simple approach. This is what is going to work for you, I promise. This works with all of the coaches that I work with, all of the coaches who have been through my Coaching Business Academy. This works. And I'm really excited to be able to bring this to you in a free workshop, because I'm going to get to walk you through these things in real time. We're going to do this together. By the time you finish the workshop, you are literally going to know exactly how you're going to get your first paid coaching clients. That's not a false promise. You're going to know exactly what to do step by step. The third thing we're going to do is something I call the 10 Conversations Challenge. And this is something that makes people go, no, I don't want to do it. Don't make me do it, Jill. Don't make me talk to real people. Bad news. That is what you're going to do. And it's so simple. you are going to book 10 conversations with people who are either potential clients, or if you don't know anyone yet who is a potential client for you, you're going to book calls with people who you think are aligned with your perfect clients. Maybe they were someone who would have been a perfect client for you once, but they've overcome the thing that they struggled with, or they've attained the desire that they had. They're still going to give you such great insight. Or you're going to have conversations with people who also work with the kind of clients that you want to work with, potential introducers of business for you. You're going to talk, you're just going to have 10 conversations, 10 proper chats with real humans about the work you do. And you know what? There's no pressure on this because nobody can fail at having a conversation. We're not attaching ourselves to the outcome of this conversation. These aren't sales calls. These are information gathering calls, if you like. You're going to get some insight from these calls. So we're going to start off with a list of about 20 names on it and hopefully book around 10 conversations. So again, in the workshop together, you're going to take some time in that focused co-working time together to list 20 people, friends, colleagues, people you trained with, your old work network, people you're connected with on LinkedIn, people you haven't spoken to for ages, people who are in another group or a community you're part of. And don't prejudge whether they're a great fit, right? And I'm going to give you all of the tools that you're going to need to reach out. I'm even going to give you a little script or a little email template that you can use to reach out to these people. Okay? So we're not leaving anything vague in this workshop. We're going to cover everything off so that you really, like I say, I want you walking away from this workshop with no doubt about how you are going to get your first handful of paying coaching clients. Okay, the other thing we're going to do, and this is something where people really do overcomplicate this, we're going to create a starter offer. And when you think about the mini-series we've just done about the soul work level of really creating the offer that is the absolute expression of the work that you're here to do, right? Your starter offer isn't necessarily that. This is your super simple way of positioning your coaching. This is not a signature program. You don't have to have your signature framework mapped out. You don't need a fancy name. You just need something real that you can offer to people that you have these first initial conversations with, right? And all I'm going to ask you to do is to decide on the format, the price, and the promise. So again, we're going to do this on the workshop. You will finish the workshop with your absolute crystal clear about what your starter offer is. Okay? The last thing that I'm going to spend time with you on in the workshop is really helping you, coaching you around having powerful conversations that result in people asking you how they can work with you. This is honestly my speciality. I think this is, if I had to say, if someone asked me what is your superpower, I would probably say that having these kind of conversations where I give someone a taste of how it feels to be coached by me is a real superpower. But it's also one that I can totally teach you. I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about how to have these conversations. So some of the conversations that you're going to have with these people that you're going to identify on the call, some of them might be potential clients for you. And if that's the case, brilliant. Then this powerful conversation coaching is going to be really important for you. Now, some of them might not be. And like I say, those ones are going to be more data gathering. Both are important. But this is honestly a rinse and repeat process. Until you have got those first few paid coaching clients, this is really the work. This is all you need to be doing, is having more conversations, making more offers, having more conversations, making more offers, rinse and repeat. Content marketing is not the thing that's going to get you that first handful of clients. But I tell you what, once you have got that first handful of clients, my goodness, the pressure is off you to the point where you can invest time in your content marketing and start building up a way of generating a pipeline of potential clients with that longer tail marketing. So this is going to be such a hands-on workshop. You know, it's not a webinar, it's not a masterclass, this is a workshop. You're going to come with your drink, pen, paper, and you're going to be doing the work in the 90-minute workshop together with me. You can ask me questions. It's we're going to have limited places on it because obviously I can't, you know, if I've got 100 people on there, I can't actually get round to giving everyone the support that I want them to have. So don't delay. When you get this, when you hear this episode, do go straight to the show notes and sign up for the workshop, because I know this is going to be a popular one, because I get asked this all the time. Jill, can someone just tell us how to get clients? You know, you would think this would be done to death, wouldn't you? But it honestly isn't ever really done well in terms of what do new coaches need to get those paying clients. But I'm not afraid to go there. I'm not afraid to tell you the stuff that's maybe not popular, not sexy, but absolutely true around what it takes. So, like I say, the workshop is going to be on the 21st of July. It will be at 1 p.m. UK time, which is 8 a.m. Eastern time. The workshop itself is called How to Get Your First Paid Coaching Clients. It does what it says on the tin, right? And it's everything that we've talked about today. But like I say, we're going to be doing it together in real time. So you're going to be leaving the workshop with your coaching edge really summarized. You're going to be very clear on who you help, what you help them do. You're going to have started your list. You're going to know exactly who you are emailing. You're going to use your template email that I'm going to give you. Or you're going to certainly tailor it so that it absolutely sounds like you, but you're going to really have that so that you're not staring at a blank page, not knowing what to put in the email. You will have your starter offer. Very, very simple. Format, price, promise. But it will be so clear, it will roll off your tongue when you come to speak to a client about it. That's something that new coaches struggle with, being able to just articulate what their offer is. You're going to be able to do it really easily. And you're also going to get coaching from me around how to have these powerful conversations that really give someone a taste of how it feels to work with you and leave them being the one to ask, what do I need to do to work with you? This is exactly what I need. What's next? What do I need to do? So if that sounds like something you would like to be part of, it's free, it's live, it's for you if you are ready to be signing up those paid clients, then like I say, the link is in the show notes. Definitely go and sign up as soon as you can. And I will really look forward to seeing you live on the 21st of July. I love doing workshops. Workshops are one of my favourite things to do, but I don't do them just for the sake of it. So I don't do a workshop every month or anything like that. I wait until I really feel the call to do a specific workshop. Usually it's in response to something that I keep being asked. And this one is definitely in response to something I keep being asked. And it's for this one, it is really about demystifying how to get paid clients, because I think we are working inside a marketing arena that loves to make it very complicated, and it doesn't need to be. So that is the myth busting I'm going to be doing for you on the 21st. Okay, so grab your workbook. The workbook is the same workbook you'll be using on the 21st in the workshop. So by all means, grab it now, have a stab at doing it, bring along what you get done to the workshop, and then we can just spend time refining it. Brilliant. Otherwise, maybe get it, save it, and then just work through it in real time with me on the 21st. Either way, you will get value from the workbook alone. You will get value from the workshop alone. Whichever combination you want to do those in is entirely up to you. All right, I hope this has been helpful, and I hope this has got you thinking, God, yeah, I really do want the answer to that, what should be a very simple question, but like I say, people love to overcomplicate it. If this feels like something you want support on, come and join me on the 21st. I am so looking forward to it, and I will see you there, I hope. Okay, have a brilliant week. Bye for now.